Okay.
And you are all muted so that I would be the only voice you are hearing. Okay. So I welcome you to today's session. We're going to talk about erectile dysfunction today and how you can treat it without having to use medications. Okay. So just a security warning, I would never call you to inform you about these Zoom sessions. I will pass every information I need you to know on the groups and via your email. I don't need to call you to inform you about these sessions, except if I'm just calling to check in on you or, just to talk to you personally about your health. Okay. Aside that, I would never call you to inform you about my Zoom sessions or to inform you about anything. Okay. I expect you to be updated with the information that I give you on the group. So if anyone calls you telling you that Rita is hosting a session on, you should click this link or they'll send you this link, please don't listen to that person. Okay. I'm not working with anyone else. If I was, I would have introduced them to you a very long time ago. Okay. So please, let's be safe. So many people may try to use my name to try and hack into your WhatsApp accounts and, ask your contacts for money. Okay. So please save my number, know when it is me, and put on your two-step verification so that you don't get hacked. Okay. And don't listen to anyone who is telling you any information about anything that I am doing if it's not coming from me. Okay. Now, I also wanted to say a very, very big thank you to every one of you who supported me when I asked for your help last month, towards the ending of last month. I was able to achieve my goal and I am so, so grateful. I know that I have thanked you before, but I want to say thank you again live. Okay. So thank you all so much for helping me. It was a dream come true, really, that I was able to achieve what I achieved. And I'm so grateful to every one of you that bought products, that sent me cash support to be able to do what I needed to do. Thank you for being a part of my community and for helping me. Okay, so let's get into our session for today. This will be a very, very, very short session. So I don't intend to beat around the bush today. It would be very concise and straight to the point. Hopefully by 7:40, we are done, even with the questions. Okay. So today we're going to talk about erectile dysfunction, but specifically due to hypertension and diabetes, because the only two categories of people that I help are hypertensive patients and diabetic patients. Okay, so we're talking about erectile dysfunction due to hypertension or diabetes. I'm saying this because so many things can cause someone to have erectile dysfunction. Okay, so if you have ED because of either high blood pressure or diabetes, this is the session for you. Okay, so we know that hypertension and diabetes is something that can cause erectile dysfunction. Okay, but why is it so? So we have the erectile dysfunction that is due to high blood pressure. Now, that is simply because of a lack of blood vessel dilation. Okay, so you know that your blood vessels are meant to open up and close for blood to pass through, right? But when you have high blood pressure, your blood doesn't move as it should because there are some obstructions in the blood vessel. Okay, so when you have these blood obstructions in organs that are responsible for your erectile function, you can experience erectile dysfunction. Okay. Another thing is hypertension can also affect your muscles. Okay. So when you want to have sex with your partner, okay, you are supposed to be relaxed, okay, and calm. It's not something your male sex organs don't work on a sympathetic nervous system level. Okay. It's not a fight or flight response. Okay. When you want to have sex, you are usually calm. It's something that your parasympathetic nervous system takes care of. But when you have hypertension, your muscles are unable to relax to keep you in that position where you would be able to have an erection. Okay. So this is a problem with hypertensive patients. And then we have diabetic patients, which majorly because of their high blood sugar, they have these damages to their nerves and their blood vessels that when it's time for that erection, it doesn't come, okay? Now, hypertension and diabetes can cause erectile dysfunction, but some people are hypertensive and diabetic, but they don't have erectile dysfunction. They only begin to see issues with their erection when they begin taking antihypertensive and antidiabetic medications, okay? So in as much as the main issue can be hypertension or diabetes, your medications can add to your problems, okay? So let's talk about some of the deeper causes of erectile dysfunction. Why exactly is it that as a hypertensive patient or as a diabetic patient, you have erectile dysfunction? Why not something else? Why is it that your organs are not able to work as they are supposed to? The major and deeper cause is because of something we call nitric oxide. Okay. Now, nitric oxide is a molecule. Okay. It's a very important molecule that helps with your muscles and it helps with your blood flow as well. Now, the funny thing is that this nitric oxide, you find it in medications that are supposed to help you manage your erectile dysfunction. Okay. Which I think is very amazing because medicine got it right with this, okay? Giving you that nitric oxide supply in your medications to help you. But how about, instead of getting nitric oxide from a medication, how about we get it naturally, okay? So this is the answer to erectile dysfunction. As a hypertensive patient or a diabetic patient, there is something that you are lacking that is not just about you having high blood pressure or diabetes that is causing you to have erectile dysfunction. It is a lack of this nitric oxide, okay? So you can get nitric oxide from your food, and generally as you get older, your nitric oxide just decreases, okay? When you get to age 40, which is quite young actually, you are already 50% cut short on your amount of nitric oxide. Okay, so you need to improve your nitric oxide level. It's the deeper problem beneath having erectile dysfunction as a hypertensive or a diabetic patient. Okay, now when you have erectile dysfunction and you go to the hospital, they will usually give you some medications to help you, right? Now, that's medication. What it does is to inhibit a hormone that would then cause your body to increase nitric oxide. Okay. So, like I said, instead of us getting this increase by force from a medication, how about we get it, through natural sources, which is what I would explain, as we go further in this session. But I want you to know that this is how your medications work. Okay, so when you take medications, you know what it's doing for you. And when you want to undergo natural practices, you also know the importance and you understand what exactly you are doing. Okay, that would help you, with your erectile dysfunction. Okay, so when you take these medications, what it does is it inhibits a hormone, increases nitric oxide, and then you have a prolonged erection. Okay, so as opposed to you being hypertensive or diabetic and your muscles are unable to relax, you now have relaxed muscles. Okay, and as opposed to you being hypertensive and diabetic where you have restricted blood flow, you now have blood flow moving perfectly, in your penis. Okay, so you now have a prolonged erection because something was increased, okay, which is nitric oxide. So is there a way that we can increase our nitric oxide without having to go through these medications to get them? Is there a way we can? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Please let me know. I was cut off. Okay, okay. So I was saying that how can we increase our nitric oxide so that we can have better muscles, our muscles can function properly, and we can have increased blood flow. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you are exercising as much as you can. And also you have to make sure that you are breathing through your nose. I know that it's something that we can just overlook and say, what's the essence of that? But there is a very, very big difference between breathing through your mouth and breathing through your nose. Okay, so please make sure that, especially when you are sleeping, okay, you breathing through your mouth, especially during sleep, can have so many adverse effects on your health that you wouldn't even know that something so little can cause something so serious. One of them is actually making you a hypertensive patient. Okay, for those of you that don't know the exact cause of your hypertension, sleep apnea is one of those reasons. Okay, so please make sure that you are breathing through your nose, especially during exercise, after exercise. Okay, so regular breathing would help to improve this nitric oxide. Okay, regular exercise would help to increase this nitric oxide, and also it would help with your blood vessels as well. Okay, so nasal breathing is one of them. When you breathe through your nose, it's much, much better for you. It increases nitric oxide as well. Okay, now a very, very key thing when it comes to nitric oxide is your nitrates. Okay, your nitrate foods are the foods that will give you this nitric oxide that you are looking for. All right, so you have them specifically in beets, that is beetroots. Okay, you have them in spinach or water leaf, and you have them in all leafy green vegetables. Now, beetroot, spinach, water leaf, and leafy green vegetables, these four vegetables, I know that leafy greens can be divided into so many things. So when I say leafy green, it can mean ugu leaves, it can mean lettuce. So any vegetable that is green and looks like a leaf. Okay, so these vegetables that I have listed here are one of the top sources of nitrates. Okay, and you need them if you want to improve your erectile dysfunction naturally. Okay, now whilst you are taking this beetroot and spinach and water leaf, you also have to make sure that you are avoiding what is going to counteract your efforts. Okay, now, what I mean is by making sure that your insulin resistance is in check, okay? Because you having insulin resistance is one of the things that will drastically reduce your nitric oxide, okay? So you can be consuming lots of beets and lots of spinach, but you are still taking in sugar and lots of carbohydrates and alcohol as well, okay? Alcohol is another important thing that you have to note. So don't get on a healthy practice and then counteract what you are doing by eating sugar and excess carbohydrates and excessive alcohol as well. Okay. Now, surprisingly, fasting is also one of the things that would help you with your nitric oxide. Okay. Specifically because fasting would help you with your insulin resistance. The less insulin resistance you have, the better your nitric oxide. You wouldn't have to take medications for you to have an erection and you would be good. Okay. Remember that this nitric oxide is killing the two things that cause you to have erectile dysfunction, your muscles and your blood flow. Okay, so it's important that you do what you can to get it naturally if you want to. Okay, another thing is improving your sleep. And while you are at that, please make sure that you are breathing through your nose and not through your mouth. Now, stress is another thing. Okay, remember, like I said, when you want to have sex, it's not something that you do with you have to be relaxed, okay, if you want to have an erection. Okay, so stress doesn't add positively to your erection health, okay, or your reproductive health. So you have to also make sure that whatever it is that is stressing you out, you keep it aside or you delegate it to somebody else. I'm saying this because, some things in life can seem so little, yet they aren't so little. Okay. Simple things like noise, you being in traffic can cause somebody's blood sugar to go, somebody's blood pressure to go high. Okay. And that can cause many problems for you. So imagine if you've been stuck in traffic all day and then it's time for you to meet your wife at night and then you don't have an erection because you have simply been stressed out, for that day. So simple things like this, simple habits, they actually add up to your overall health. Okay. Now, aside you getting it directly from your foods, you can also have other sources as well. Now, there are beetroot supplements, any beetroot supplements at all. Any beetroot supplements would be able to help you with your erectile dysfunction. Another one is L-arginine and zinc. These two as well would also be able to help you with your erectile dysfunction if you don't want to go through the door of medications, okay? So beetroot supplements, I don't have them for you, but you can definitely get them. Okay, so I was explaining that your beetroot supplements, any beetroot supplements at all, be it in powder or in pill, would be able to help you. The same as L-arginine supplements and zinc. Now, beetroot, L-arginine, and zinc, all they would do for you is to simply increase your nitric oxide, which is the same thing that your medications would actually do for you. Okay, so this is another route that you can take. Now, I also found out that there is a type of ginger that we call black ginger. Okay, you can get it in powdered form. I looked online and I saw black ginger for about 3,000 naira on Jumia. Okay, so you can get it in powdered form. And what you are going to do is you are going to add it to a cup of water. So you just take a teaspoon of black ginger powder and you add it to warm water. And you take it at least 30 minutes before you begin to consume food. And that would also help you with your erectile dysfunction as well. Okay, so the key thing is to get your nitric oxide levels high. Okay, and once you do that, you don't have a problem with your erection anymore because the two things that will cause you to not have an erection would be solved. Okay, all right, so this is our shortest session ever. So we are done for the day. Any questions, please? Does anyone have any question for me? Was the class too short, or do you like it very concise and straightforward? You didn't spend 30 minutes to an hour today. Okay, questions, comments? These supplements, won't it affect your blood pressure? Why would it affect your blood pressure? If your nitric oxide increases, the better your blood pressure. So it's a win-win situation for you because you need nitric oxide for your blood vessels and for your blood pressure to reduce. Okay. So no, it would, your blood pressure, it would be a positive change that you would see. Okay. Any problem with medications? No, not at all. You don't have any problem taking your medications. I'm not against any medication whatsoever. Okay. However, I am just simply giving you natural practices that you can use. You don't have to go through the natural means if you do not want to. Okay. You can definitely get medications that would help you with your erectile dysfunction. Okay. Definitely. You can find those at the pharmacy, you visit your doctor, etc. Okay. So I don't have any problem with you taking medications. Okay. How can you get the supplements? So the beetroots, I do not have a beetroot supplements for you. but I can get to L-arginine and zinc supplements in your multivitamin. Okay, so just let me know and I would send you the details on how you can get one. All right. Yes, there would definitely be a recording. There would be a recording of the session. Is it true that taking BP medications affects your sexual performance? It can affect your sexual performance, but not everyone experiences a low sexual performance with antihypertensive medications. The thing with medications is you would react differently to it, okay? Depending on so many factors. So some people have issues when they start taking antihypertensive medications, they realize that their erection has been low for a while. Okay. Meanwhile, other people would not experience erectile dysfunction. So you can't. Okay, I am back. I stopped at Ayome's question. So I was saying that not everyone will experience erectile dysfunction as a side effect of antihypertensive medications. Okay. All right. Yes, there will be a recording. Mrs. Priscilla says, please, is garlic good for such person? What person, Mrs. Priscilla? What person are you referring to? Erectile dysfunction is different from quick ejaculation. Okay, they are two different things. All right, so what these supplements would help you do is erectile dysfunction, not quick ejaculation. Okay, all right. Yes, black ginger is different from the normal one. Let me try and get you a picture. It looks purple inside. So regular ginger would look like, regular ginger is yellow on the inside, but with black ginger, it's purple. Okay, can you hear me, please? I am having very unstable internet. Can you hear me? Hello? Please let me know if you can hear me, okay? Okay. Please let me know if you can hear me, okay? Yes, I'm having very bad internet this evening. So let me try to round up as fast as I can. Okay. Mrs. Priscilla, I stopped at your question. Yes, black ginger is quite different. Okay? Black ginger is quite different. I will try to get to a picture if my internet allows. Okay? But you can simply type in into Google. Okay? And you'll see a photo. Okay? Mr. Felix, Which one do I recommend for the two? Quick ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. For quick ejaculation, it's quite a different story. Okay. All right, so I wouldn't be going off again by God's grace. I have changed my modem, so hopefully this one is stronger. Okay. All right, so I am looking through the questions now. I I stopped at Mr. Samuel. He was asking if, okay, so I was saying that what I'm recommending today for you would help you with erectile dysfunction and not quick ejaculation. Okay, so quick ejaculation is quite different. All right, so for quick ejaculation, you would have some medications. You can also have some home remedies as well. So you can have some exercises that would help. Other minerals too would be able to help you, like copper and calcium and selenium. There are also some products that you can try out. Okay. Maybe I would do a different session to talk about quick ejaculation. Okay. But specifically for today, it's just erectile dysfunction, Mr. Felix. Okay. So I hope that is clear. Okay. So, Mrs. Priscilla, your beetroot can be consumed however you please. Okay. You can blend it, eat it raw, steam it, put it into your salads, make it into a juice or a smoothie as long as you are consuming beetroots. Okay. It would work for you. Okay. Okay. Spinach is water leaf. I hope that I'm correct. Well, spinach is water leaf, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. Do I know if they are organic? If what is organic, please? If what is organic? Mrs. Priscilla. And you're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. All right. Any more questions or comments? Any more questions or comments? Powdered beetroots, you can look in the supermarkets for powdered beetroots. Okay. All right. Let me get you a photo of black ginger. Black ginger, I searched and I saw one, the powdered form that you can get at 3,000 naira on Jumia. But let me get you a photo so that you can see how it looks like. Okay, so this is it. A bit blurred, but I hope that you can see it. Yes, so this is how it looks like. So it's purple on the inside. It may be quite difficult for you to find this in the local markets, okay? So maybe search online, see if you can get the powdered form, okay? Because it may be difficult for you to find. But it's a great alternative, okay? All right. Any other question or comments? For this black ginger, you can take it every morning, but you have to take it 30 minutes before you eat food. So if you are taking the powdered form, just put about a teaspoon into warm water, a cup of warm water, and then you drink it 30 minutes before you then have your actual breakfast. Okay. So with your spinach and the kale and every other natural alternative that I have given you, I want you to practice them frequently, okay, regularly, so that you can have consistent results. Okay. All right. Any other question or comments? You are welcome. You are welcome. What do you think about these short sessions? Do you prefer them to the longer sessions? Or do you feel that this session is a bit rushed? Please let me. Do you prefer shorter sessions like? Oh, I was even cut off. I didn't even know. Okay. All right. So I think we are done. Hmm? Or does anyone else have any other question? You can ask me. If you don't have, we can call it a night. Okay? Please ask me if you have any other questions or comments. And if not, we can call it a night. Okay? So thank you for joining me live. You are welcome, Mrs. Priscilla. Mrs. Priscilla, just expect my call immediately I end this session. Okay? I'm calling you immediately. Yes, Mr. Samuel, I would make the recording available. Okay? I'll make the recording available for you. All right. You are welcome. Okay. So good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me live. I will see you next week by the grace of God. Okay? All right. Take care of yourself. I wish you the best of health. Good night.